What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. So today's WWE video is gonna be a little unique because I'm going to be revealing the latest on the update, if you will, on the the backstage update on the previous plans for Melina's return, which I'll be talking about that, which that'll actually be the first thing I'm going to talk about. A new stipulation, an insane stipulation, has been added to a match for this Sunday at TLC. The spoilers potentially for a title match for next month's Royal Rumble, and also who will be Asuka's tag team partner for this Sunday. So let's talk about Melina. So if you guys don't know anything about Melina, she was an incredible athlete. One of the most gifted women's champions we had since Trish Stratus, and we found the potential like, I guess, some sort of like an update. There's been another update as to what was going on with her potential return. So shout outs to Andrew Pollard for this article off of What Culture. Earlier this year, rumors of Melina making a full-time WWE return began to swirl. While that return has yet to happen, there is now a little more insight on what was supposed to play out. Speaking on Wade Keller's PW Torch podcast, former TNA name Johnny Fairplay, I don't remember that name, claims that Melina was meant to head to the NXT brand to be a part of the Robert Stone brand. According to Fairplay, Robert Stone, formerly Robbie E in TNA, told him this when the pair hung out a couple weeks ago. As the Survivor star told Keller, quote, "I hung out with Robbie E 2 weeks ago, and he has no idea what he's going to do. His plan was to bring Melina and manage in NXT. She had to have surgery or something. They're not using the guy." The Robert Stone brand has not been seen on NXT TV since October, with the group presently consisting of just Stone and Leah. Previously, Mercedes Martinez and briefly Chelsea Green were part of the stable, although both left Stone in their rear-view mirror. Martinez is a short stint in Martinez for a short stint in Retribution, Green for a main roster move that has sadly been curtailed by injury. Melina most recently wrestled this past February for New York Wrestling Connection, and before that she was a main presence on NWA Power. In terms of her WWE tenure, the 3-time Women's Champion and 2-time Divas Champion stint with the company came to an end in 2011, although she made a one-off appearance on the Raw Reunion special back in July of 2019. Whether Melina is still destined for a WWE return, we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I really don't think she'll come back. I remember she had she suffered a knee injury in her career. I know that she had suffered a neck injury in 2008, if I remember correctly. She's had quite a few injuries, but if she were to go back to NXT, I think that would probably be wise for her, given the fact that she basically she's been, I guess for this, in a way, it would definitely help out the entire NXT women's division, because by having Melina on NXT, she could be a bit of a she could be she could be like possibly a coach if she were to come back, or I mean she could come back to NXT as a full-time superstar. But given the fact that there are a lot of good, good, and I'm not talking like good talent. I'm talking like really good talent in NXT. You know, like Raquel Gonzalez, Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley I mentioned, Dakota Kai, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir. You know, the talent that NXT has on their roster is absolutely incredible, and honestly, Melina going to NXT might be good for her, but at this stage, I don't know. It could. I mean, I don't know. It could be a possibility, but we will have to. We will have to see. But with that being said, a big stipulation has been added to a match. And I'm talking about the match between Randy Orton and The Fiend. Yes. And what is the stipulation? None other than a Firefly Inferno match. Yeah, a Firefly Inferno match. What the fuck is that? Shoutouts to Andy Murray for this article. I'm literally trying to figure out what the fuck that is, but we're about to find out right now. Randy Orton's clash with The Fiend at this weekend's TLC is now a Firefly Inferno match the promotion has announced. The name stems for imagery conjured on Monday's episode of Raw. Part of the show saw Wyatt take his Firefly Funhouse puppets on a field trip to the Thunderdome proper before Orton set fire to a box containing Bray Wyatt later in the evening, summoning the Fiend from the fiery depths. The Viper, now a certified pyromaniac, burns Sister Abigail's burial site to the ground as part of a 2017 feud with Bray. WWE's official write-up offers no indication of what the stipulation will actually entail. The name gives the impression of an Inferno Firefly Funhouse match mashup, and it's entirely possible that WWE could go full-on cinematic with it. Appropriate given these two once competed in a wacky House of Horrors match, though the last thing the promotion will want to do is conjure memories of that grand disaster. Orton has been feuding with Wyatt since dropping the WWE title back to Drew McIntyre prior to Survivor Series last month. Okay, so if you guys don't know, the Firefly Funhouse match was actually something that John Cena was in back in what was it? I think back in April. Actually, back in April at WrestleMania. So, given that fact, honestly, that right there was a major disaster. The hell? Hang on a second, guys. One of my friends is texting me. Alright, never mind. Anyway, it's nothing. Anyway, so that Firefly Funhouse match back in April with Cena and Bray Wyatt, that was a total disaster. But the Inferno matches that we've had over the years, those were pretty good because it foretold the end of a rivalry it foretold the end of rivalries that we never thought that were, I guess, never meant to happen, I guess, but it is what it is. Obviously, some of the first Inferno matches, both of which featured Kane and The Undertaker. I remember Kane has been in pretty much every single one. Yeah, I would say, yeah. Has he? Yeah, I think so. I think Kane has been in every single Inferno match, including the Ring of Fire match, which is similar, back in, what was it, back in 2013? Yeah, I believe it was back in 2013 when when Kane battled Bray Wyatt, back when he was, the whole, when he had the whole Eater of Worlds persona. But honestly, I really don't know what can be foretold with this Firefly Inferno match. But as they suggested, it could be a mashup, but it's hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say what that could be. But I know that we will find out on Sunday. Honestly, I'm literally sticking with my literally I am legitimately sticking with my pick. I'm going to say I think I said I was going to do I think I said I was going to do I think I said I predicted what was it? I think I said Bray Wyatt. I don't remember. I don't think I predicted anybody. Comment below if you guys remember. My mind's been all over the place. But with that being said, a potential spoiler for Royal Rumble. Shoutouts to Andy Murray for this article. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this I am very, very interested in. WWE currently plans on having Bobby Lashley defend the United States Championship against Riddle next month at the Royal Rumble. This is according to Dave Meltzer, who writes in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE had originally intended to put the match together for TLC, which goes down this Sunday. Plans apparently changed when the company didn't announce the clash for TLC, with the Royal Rumble now pegged instead. WWE had teased adding Jeff Hardy to the fray to make it a triple threat a few weeks ago. There is currently no word on whether or not this is still on the table. WWE is yet to officially confirm a date for Royal Rumble 21, which traditionally goes down on one of the last Sundays in January. It has been reported on several occasions that the promotion hopes to be able to invite live fans back for the signature event. Whether they'll be able to do this or not remains to be seen, though 3,000 plus fans returning to Florida-based NBA games this month could open the door. Lashley is currently 110 days into his second reign as the United States Champion. He and Riddle have never wrestled each other before. So what's interesting is that they're right. This is actually Bobby Lashley's second run as United States Champion. His first run was back in 2005. Was back in like 2005, 2006, where he had beaten. Who did he beat? If I remember correctly, I think he beat Orlando Jordan to win the title. It was either him or JBL. It was one or the other. I don't remember, but I think it was Orlando Jordan back when he was still a part of JBL's cabinet, which obviously the cabinet featured Bradshaw himself, or Orlando Jordan, the Basham brothers, and there was one other person as well, but I don't remember who. But yeah, so this is actually Lashley's second run. Honestly, I think this run is actually a lot better than his last, because with this run he has all the members of the Hurt Business with him, in his corner. He has MVP. He has Cedric Alexander and also Shelton Benjamin, both of which will be challenging the New Day for the Raw Tag Titles come this Sunday at TLC. So, given the fact that WWE could have Riddle challenge for the title, I think it would probably be for the best, given the fact that Jeff Hardy has already done everything that there is to do in WWE, and I think WWE should definitely go the route of having Riddle challenge Lashley, because if you guys don't know, both Jeff Hardy and Riddle are currently in a tag team, so to speak. So for those two to be together, Jeff Hardy could be a bit of a mentor, so to speak, for Riddle, which would allow Riddle to challenge Lashley for the United States Championship, which could be a very interesting tag team. And plus, they could both challenge for um, for the Raw tag titles after Sunday. Alright, you guys, that being said, now we're on to Wrestle Talk. Shoutouts to Andy Datson for this article. Asuka's partner for TLC revealed? This is going to be this is going to be a shock to the system, no pun intended, but here's the article, and this will shock you. Guys, I'm telling you, this will shock you so quickly. When Lana was taken out of TLC from after this past Monday on Raw, speculation as to who would be partnering with Asuka at TLC actually began. The biggest name on most people's lips was Charlotte Flair, who is reportedly set to return any day now, and many believe it will be Asuka's tag team partner on Sunday. Okay, can I not? What's going on? Thank you. However, there we go. However, it appears Asuka may have different plans as she has seemingly already chosen her tag team partner on Twitter. Former Iconics member Peyton Royce tweeted Asuka asking to be her partner, and it seems that the Raw Women's Champion is pretty keen on the idea. Peyton Royce took to Twitter and said, "Hello, Asuka. I know you need a tag team partner on Sunday. I know, you know I can go. Sincerely, former Women's Tag Team Champion Peyton Royce." Asuka replied saying, let's do it together," with a party emoji, basically. While this is far from confirmed, it's unusual for WWE stars to say things on Twitter unless they are actually going to happen. Vince hates his wrestlers teasing things that don't happen. Peyton Royce is currently tagging with Lacey Evans after she was needlessly split from Billie Kay, who is now doing exactly nothing on SmackDown. That pretty much sums up right there. There is a chance it could still be Charlotte and Peyton gets attacked before the match and is ruled out like Lana. We'll just have to wait and see. So this is where it bugs me because, for one, Peyton Royce, yes, I mean, don't get me wrong, Peyton Royce, yes, she's a former Women's Tag Team Champion, but understand the fact that Peyton Royce is still relatively new to WWE. She's only been in the main roster for a few years, compared to Asuka, who has been on the main roster since 2017. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. She's been in WWE for almost in the main roster, so to speak, for 4 years, which is a long time. 4 years, that's a long time. I think Charlotte Flair would probably be the more optimal choice, given the fact that she's a 12-time Women's Champion, 5 Raw, 5 SmackDown, 2 NXT, and she's also the winner of this past January's Royal Rumble match, which again by that logic, she went to NXT TakeOver Portland and challenged Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title at WrestleMania. And I think, honestly, again, I think Charlotte Flair probably the more optimal choice because she's extremely skilled in the ring. Peyton Royce is barely doing anything on Raw. And as for Billie Kay, again, as the article said, Billie Kay ain't doing shit on SmackDown. So, given that fact, again, Charlotte Flair, not a bad option. But if she were to be the one to select her partner, she could probably would have chosen Kairi Sane. But of course, too, we all know over the summer, Kairi Sane ended up leaving WWE, which was unfortunate. But we all have our reasons for doing what we do. But guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Question of the day: Who should be Asuka's tag team partner on Sunday? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys love seeing these videos for WWE and for YuGiOh, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links are down in the description. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.